In this day and age, hacking has become so prominent and just so common nowadays that it's practically just like fast food or just seeing an old friend that you haven't seen in a while. It's practically just been like almost everywhere that people are just kind of just getting used to it. And now the hackers are trying to hack themselves, or like hackers are becoming like actual hackers. I know that sentence almost did not make sense, but like when I tell you the story, it absolutely will. There has been a lot of cases of hacking stories that's been almost everywhere at this point. You probably remember some iconic ones. Personally, my favorite was the one of the gay furry hackers that ended up hacking into the Heritage Foundation. That was absolutely one of my favorite ones I ended up looking into, and I really enjoyed it, and I very much wanted to find something like this again, and we typically do. And while there's not as much of like the hilarity of the whole thing, it is still pretty funny because this is basically all cyber warfare, okay? You need to hack the unhackable and have to think like 10 steps ahead. This is like Death Note, but in the cyberspace. But let me ask you a question. What motivates the common man to hack into basically anything? And if your answer wasn't OnlyFans, then congratulations, you actually live in the normal world for once. Goon material was the thing that built the pyramids, not the aliens. This story ends up taking place a bit on a hacker forum for a user curricula called Balak, to at least keep it simple because I'm not reading out the whole username, and also because I don't want to. So I'm just calling it Balak. Now Balak was giving these group of hackers that were trying to hack into OnlyFans stuff essentially the key of their dreams, okay? They didn't have to worry about like the firewall. They didn't have to worry about, paying next month's rent. They can very much see all of this with this one tool, and they would end up getting everything that they ever wanted to. But what they ended up getting instead was the equivalent of a Greek tragedy, but somehow more funnier. The tool they were essentially given was a delivery system for a sophisticated malware known as Lumax Stealer. So to give a bit of info as to what the Lumax Stealer is, I'm going to be reading a little bit from the Security Boulevard article, as they were actually kind of the ones that ended up bringing this a little bit into light, and they did a lot of the actual research of this whole thing. What the cyber vultures thought was their golden ticket turned out to be a sophisticated delivery mechanism for Lumax Stealer, a particularly insidious strain of malware. Lumax Stealer, also known as Lumax C2 Stealer, is not your run-of-the-mill malware. Here's what makes it a nightmare for security professionals. Emerging in August 2022, Lumax is the brainchild of a threat actor known as Shamil, or Luma. It's distributed through a malware as a service model, making it accessible to a wide range of bad actors. Written in C language, Lumax represents a high level of coding proficiency, making it both efficient and hard to detect. Its primary targets are cryptocurrency wallets, two-factor authentications and browser extensions, sensitive information across the victim's machines. Exfiltration methods: stolen data is sent to a command control server via HTTP post request, heavily disguised using the user agent Tesla browser /5.5. Advanced loader capabilities: Lumax features a non-resident loader capable of delivering additional malicious payloads in various formats, like exe, DDL, and PowerShell scripts. This versatility allows Lumax to adapt and evolve its attacking strategy on the fly, making it a formidable threat. Lumax Stealer, once activated, initiates a connection to a GitHub account previously opened under the name User Betty. The repository is a treasure trove of malicious files, including one named VAT, uploaded on August 27, 2024. This file, like many others in the repository, is designed to embed itself deep within the victim's system, creating exclusions and making it difficult to detect and remove. What they essentially ended up getting themselves here was the equivalent of an actual Trojan horse. This thing is practically a very hard to detect tool, and it is actually just so surprising as to who would even end up doing that. And the answer is anybody could almost do that. Like, hacking has almost never been so easy. It's literally like torrenting things, which, like, I don't support torrenting. I don't support piracy, okay? Alright? The life of the sea is not for me, okay? I ain't a darn pirate, but just so you know, it's, in the most cases, it is almost very easy to do, and I don't condone it. Security Boulevard did end up bringing some research as to what Bilek was doing, and it turns out that this actually wasn't his first rodeo with these, and he actually has made multiple similar variations of the whole thing, except they most are different targets, like Disney Plus account, Instagram accounts, and aspiring botnet wranglers as well. even go into even a lot of detail as to how the whole thing works. So once executed, this malware establishes a connection to a GitHub account named UserBetty, created mere days ago. This account serves as a repository for various malicious payloads, including the anonymously named that. This file, like many others in the repository, is designed to embed itself deep within the system's victim, causing exclusions and making it difficult to detect and remove. In a twist that adds layers of intrigue to an already complex narrative, our research uncovered a potential geopolitical link hidden in the malware's architecture. The folder names used in the malware's file structure paints a picture of global influences. And we got like a bunch of ones like Heiyang, Refung, Zuka, Lur, and Popsaya, indicating from like some other regions of the world. Our investigation didn't stop there. We traced the malware's communication back to a series of recently created .shop domains, all with high detection rates. These domains, such as that and that, I'm sorry I'm not going to read those out. They would end up taking actual centuries and I actually end up having to actually read the whole thing. Serve as command control servers, orchestrating the malware activities across infected machines. They do actually end up showing a lot of the actual domains, though I am going to be blurring them out because I haven't touched any of these domains, and I probably don't want anybody else to also type these names into the whole thing, so I'm censoring out for it, even though it's like available out there on the public. But they do show the detections of when they happened and when they were actually created, and the reservations, which only one of them from the Steam community of the Network Solutions LLC. As we peel back the layers of this cyber onion, one thing becomes clear: the line between predator and the prey in the digital realm are blurrier than ever. I mean that's an amen from me right there. Okay, it is almost, there is like no honor among thieves, when it comes to hackers and cybersecurity threats. Okay, everything is basically on the table at that point. Okay, you can basically almost like steal money from anybody, and you would practically be regarded as like a hero or a villain. And it is still a very funny story because what the hackers literally thought they were getting was like everything that they ever wanted turned out to be like an actual malicious like malware that this person just decided to send rogue out onto all other systems. So they're practically they lost in that whole thing, but they almost practically deserved it as well because they were planning to like steal info of they were planning more than just steal like the nudes of like OnlyFans people. They were also gonna get like a lot of their like credential stuff and like take away all their money. So it just goes to show you and how that this the cyberspace for hacking, it's a hack or be hacked world. And I kind of thought this was a really interesting story that I wanted to very much share with all of y'all. And yeah, that's really all there is to it. Bye bye.